My name is Ingrid B. I promote spoken word and soul music events in Miami, predominantly. I was a co-producer on BTJ's Lyric Cafe, which is now Centric Television, and basically allowed me the opportunity to give poets opportunities to gain national exposure. So myself and Wayusi Baraka of DC were in charge of selecting all of the poets that were going to perform on the show. He dealt with the local poets, I dealt with the out-of-town poets, and in doing that, just made a lot of great relationships that way, and did yet another thing that I never even knew I'd be capable of doing. I try to tell the poets there's more than just the weekly open mics.
When it started, it just was going to be a pretty mellow night at my house. You know, since I did the drum circle all the time, I was like, you know what? I know a lot of poets that don't even read out loud in other places, so I'm going to invite people that want to come and share something and, you know, have some wine. And basically, the first night was like 50-something people in my living room, and I was like, whoa. And it just continued to be like that, and whether everyone was packed on each other in my living room, or if it was hot, sweating, everyone still kept coming every Wednesday, and eventually there was complaints and I had to move it, but every week I'm almost like even more surprised of how many new people come and new faces. Before it was, you know, the same group of people, sometimes the same poets, you knew the lineup, and now it's like completely different, and sometimes I can't even get to everyone on the list, and it's overwhelming, but it's a beautiful thing, like, to see that.
Initially, when I started, people were just coming here. There were poetry spots every night of the week, so if you were an out-of-town poet, you could go from down south to West Palm, and that was the run. You started in West Palm on Wednesday night with the Soul Griots, and you ended somewhere down south, and then you did everything in between. And the poetry spots are not that far apart in proximity, but all of the audiences were very, very different. Where I had, in that 18-seater space, about 75 people that were college students and college professors. The age range varied, the academic level varied, culture, everything. Everybody was just there. Then when Deaf Poetry was on and we started going to Deaf Poetry to scout for artists to bring in, my basis for who I brought was, I really like their poetry, but they're really cool people. So it's people that I became friends with and developed a personal relationship with, and those are the same people that have been coming back.
A sister, a daughter, a friend, a believer. There was more to my book than just my cover. My country 'tis of me. Sweet land of liberty, I'm the event.
Again, everyone from different cultures, different backgrounds, different styles of music, like, still get together and like this event so much.
I can facilitate that exorcism with strength, knowledge, and wisdom, the pleasure moving from your root to your crown chakra. As we
There's certain poets that you just believe everything that they're saying, and they motivate you to want to do something, which is what poetry is supposed to do. Poetry, hip hop, soul music, anything that is written down from one person and delivered to another in whatever format, it's supposed to move you at least in that 3-minute period to say, wow, I really need to do something with myself. And it's supposed to change your life. That's what it's supposed to do. And it does all the time. Every time somebody steps to the mic, there's a possibility that that poem is doing something for someone in that audience.
Well, the first time I actually started writing poetry was when my best friend Kimberly, she actually in ninth grade, she committed suicide. And it was something that I even to this day, like, couldn't deal with, and nobody knew how to, I guess, deal with it with me, including my mom or my family, my immediate family. And I started writing, and I didn't know I had so much, like, built in me, like resentment, anger towards a lot of things that happened to me when I was younger. And so I can say that it did save me, and it made me more confident, like, to speak to other people and come out of my shell and move on from, like, past events that happened and forgive certain things that happened. So I could definitely say it's helped me out. Not just poetry, just being in general with people who want to express themselves and be creative, because everyone has a story to tell.
The only thing I think that I'm possibly thinking about right now in my life is continuing with the spoken word promotions and soul music promotions, getting people to sponsor it that are really going to be invested in it as a art form, the business part of course as well, but definitely in just supporting it as an art event. The only challenges in doing what I'm doing are financial. That's the only challenges. I have way too many talented people that are willing to come to South Florida to perform, amazingly talented people.
I feel like this is just baby steps, because if I've got so surprised in the past year of what happened with this event, it's just the beginning, and I don't want to just have it just here in Miami. Like, I want to travel, and I want somehow to be in a history book for whatever reason, you know, like you see the beatniks and you see different eras in art, and those people probably never thought, you know, they would be like so famous or in a history book. But I just basically want people to remember me by like bringing people together, and just the fact that everyone could get together and express and openly about anything and never be like judged. And I hope somehow I put a mold in art for that.